Hello, everyone. Welcome to High Five Live with the Andersons and our sweet granddaughter today, Marissa Child. Thanks for being with us, Marissa. We're so excited to learn from you today.
Just 2 weeks away from full-time missionary
how
service.
many days?
11. Not that
11 days.
but
Yeah, so we appreciate her. She's in, I think, have you finished finals yet?
not quite yet. I have
Not
a few
quite.
more.
So in the middle of finals and working and all this, she still agreed to be with us. So we're so grateful. And as you get on to listen, we would love to hear where you are or to watch. Let us know where you're watching from all around the world. And please share this message when it's finished. And Marissa, let's hear a little bit about you. Do you want to just talk about some of the things you're interested in and how you got your mission call and all that? We're just going to turn it to you.
Sure. Yeah, of course. First of all, thanks for letting me be on this. I always, watching this program has been awesome, and I'm grateful to be able to share on it. So I'm Marissa. I am 19. I just turned 19, so now I'm officially missionary age. I'm studying at BYU. I hope to study a nursing degree, pursue a nursing degree after my mission. Right now I'm just doing some nursing prerequisites and things like that. I love to run, I love to sing, and I love music. I play the piano, I teach piano. That's been a big part of my life. I also, I love my family. I have 5 brothers, as some of you know, and they're my best friends, and I have a sister-in-law now, and that has been a blessing. I got my mission call back in July. Actually, it's been quite a while. And the process of deciding to go on a mission, do you want me to talk about that?
Yes. Please.
Okay. Well, everybody has their story, right? And mine is very near and dear to my heart, as I'm sure that it is similar for all of you. I actually, for a while, was not really thinking that a mission was part of my plan. It wasn't a lack of testimony, but just feeling like God had other plans for me. And it was through a couple specific experiences that I really felt like it was God communicating to me specifically, like, you need to go on a mission. One of the most prominent that I remember is we were visiting my brother's mission in Peru, and we were, visiting people that he taught, and we were, talking to all these people, and we went to this ward in Lima, Peru, that he had served in. And there were these 2 sister missionaries there, and they were giving talks. And I remember just thinking, both of them gave talks, and one of them was from America, and so I could understand her Spanish a little more because it was more English Spanish. And I remember just thinking, I could see myself doing that. I really could. And this sister missionary was full of the Spirit, and I remember thinking in her talk, I think I need to do that. I think God's telling me I need to follow her example. And side note, that sister missionary, is now married to my brother, so she has stayed in my life and has been a wonderful example to me. But that was one of the moments I remember talking to my mom about it when we were on a hike a couple of days later. She was asking me, just how are you feeling about things? And I said, I can't stop myself from telling her this and telling her what I felt during that talk, that I felt that God was telling me that I needed to do the same thing. And that was a very Spirit-filled experience for me. I want to testify that I know that God really does lead us to where we're supposed to be. And I've seen that a lot through my mission call.
And then you got this call. Did it surprise you when it said Sweden?
Absolutely.
It surprised all of us.
Yeah. So my dad served in, sometimes you can see trends in families, and that's a fun thing. But my dad served in Mexico. My older brother served in Peru. My next brother served in Chile, and then it's me. So I thought, I speak Spanish pretty well. That's not true, but I thought, I can do that. I totally thought I was either going to go Spanish, or I've taken sign language for 3 years. I thought maybe that. And not that it matters where you're called, in that every call is important, right? But I never thought Sweden, that's for sure. Yeah.
And since then, we found out a lot of things about your connections with Sweden.
Mhm.
We sure have. I was just looking up some more. We have, and if you don't know about this, this is such a cool thing. You can go to Family Search and try to get your 4 generations in, all in there with just dates and like birth date, death date. And pretty soon, everything that anyone's put on Family Search for that family line will populate. And then you can go to the fan chart, right, Riss? And you can hit the little icon next to the fan chart, and it says you can do countries, and it will show you where all of your ancestors are from. This is just such an exciting thing. In different colors. Yeah, so on Rissa's maternal line, my line, going back on the Reese side, we have 1 generation from Sweden. And so we've been studying them, and I think it's 8 generations back from you, Marissa, right? And that is Johanna Christina Winberg, and she was born in 1824 and then came to America, and the rest is history.
And then my side, it's a lot more, because my grandmother is 50% Swedish, and her whole line is Swedish. And their whole story is amazing, and the miracles of them finding the church and coming over, and they are cheering on the other side.
Yes. No question.
So, Alfonso, how'd you feel about going to Sweden? And now you've even been studying Swedish, and your Swedish is getting really good. And I will point out that you told us that in Swedish they almost sing their language, and you are such a beautiful singer, and you have such a beautiful voice, that singing all day, every day as you speak Swedish is going to be just perfect for you. A miracle call.
Sounds perfect. Yeah. Well, it's been cool to see, you know, I'm sure anybody who's received a mission call has received this, had this experience, but when you get your mission call, people try to make connections with you. And it's just been amazing, the ones that I didn't even know about. On my dad's side, not your guys' line, but my grandma, you know, she called me and said, my brother served in Sweden. And I said, I had no idea. I didn't even know that that had happened. And she said it was also her, I think her grandpa that also served in Sweden, that we have these pretty close family stories and family experiences that were in my mission. Just yesterday, actually, my mom has been working on this awesome project where she wanted to highlight all the missionaries in our direct lines. And so she has all these pictures of the missionaries that have served in our line, and it goes back a few generations. And she has a picture of them, and she says where they served, when they served, and we're going to put them up in our house and have this kind of little family history wall. And there are 3 or 4 that served in Sweden, and it is just really cool to see how, for me, that was kind of a little tender mercy, I guess, because Sweden was probably the last place I expected, and they, you know, feeling connected to my ancestors in that way has been really cool. You know, I'm not alone in my call, and they have those experiences, those same experiences, and, you know, knowing there's somebody else who's gone there is a really cool thing.
So much.
So amazing. I just feel like every mission call is a call from God. He knows us. He knows his children. And to have this surprise call, this miracle call, is such a testament, right? That he knows you and what you can accomplish and where you should be. And to get to go to the homeland is just amazing. And we have some of our viewers, I think that will be on here quickly, are from Sweden, and one of them said this morning, she will love it here.
Oh, that's so sweet.
We know you will.
I'm sure I will.
Yes. Tell us a little bit about the church program that helps you learn the language even before you get to the MTC.
Yeah, it's awesome. So they have been, I want to say it's in just the past few years that this has come out, just because I haven't heard of it before then, but so got my mission call and, you know, started doing, what can I do? I don't know this language at all. And there's the church's app. They have an app called Embark that helps you learn language, and it has all these little lessons you can do to learn how to bear a testimony and say a prayer and all these things. And then I found out there's also, they call it pre-MTC training. And what it is you can actually do a little call with an MTC teacher and have a little lesson in your language. I thought that was so cool. I mean, it's helpful to be talking to a person, you know, and be able to learn the language. So I've done that a few times, and it's been awesome. And I think that's just it's been a blessing to, you know the people that I'm going to be learning from. And there's a lot of resources, and I found that that's a big blessing because I don't know the language at all. So
you sound great already.
That's the goal.
Yeah. Marissa, one of the things we absolutely love about you so much is your remarkable, beautiful spirit. We love you so deeply, and you have always been a radiant light and a great example to all of us and your friends. We would love to hear your feelings about what you're going to share, this beautiful message to the world, and especially this Christmas time of the year, to just think about the Savior. It'd be so delightful to hear your feelings about that.
Yeah. You know, I sort of don't want to make this all about mission calls because there is a bigger work going on, and that work is not just for people on full-time missions. A couple days ago, I was reading this talk by Elder Bednar called Call to the Work, and it talks about how even in full-time missionary calls, it says you're called to the work and you're assigned to labor in a certain mission. And then it's a total tender mercy, but I was reading just in my scriptures last night, 3rd Nephi, it says, if you have a desire, then you're called to the work. And I want to bear my testimony that I know that this work is something bigger going on. And it's the gathering of people who want to be like Christ. And that is a more beautiful thing than any of us can ever even imagine. I know that's true. I think that the most important work on this earth that we do in our lives has to do with people and with our relationships with other people. And I think what a mission is, and what the work that all of us do, is to make those connections and bring people to Jesus Christ. I'm gonna cry now, but having felt the blessings of the atonement, having, there's really nothing like the feeling of having made a mistake and knowing that it can be washed away, knowing that it can be completely gone because of what he has done for us. That is the best feeling in the world. It really is. And thinking about people that don't know that, people who have never had the chance to hear about, no, you can be with your family forever. You can repent after you've made a mistake. You can take that off your chest completely. Knowing that, I think, that's why I'm going, is because there are people out there who don't know and who don't have that joy in their life. And I just hope that I can be an instrument in the hands of the Lord. It's his work. He's doing the work. I hope I can carry that message to people, because I've seen it bless my life endlessly. And I think that I just hope I can tell people the same thing. I know that this church is true. I know that Jesus Christ is the reason I am going on a mission, why I'm giving up 18 months of my life to, not giving up, but dedicating more fully to Jesus Christ and to telling the people of Sweden about him, because that message needs to be shared. People need to know that.
That is so beautiful. And you are so beautiful. I don't know how anybody would ever shut a door on you.
That's right.
So you might just get in everywhere. You were going to share your feelings in Swedish. I think.
Is that okay? We would
I
love,
would love
love to
to.
hear
For all the Swedish speakers, I'm sorry, but I have been practicing it, and it's a work in progress. I'll just say that. But yeah, I'll just start. Jag vill att prata min vittnesbörd om Jesus Kristus och hans kyrka. Jag vet att Jesu Kristi kyrka av sista dagars heliga är sant, och jag är mycket tacksam att vet det är Jesus Kristus försoning, och jag vet att Gud finns. Och jag är tacksam vet att genom frälsarens försoning kan vi få evigt liv, och jag vet att mormons bok är sant, och Josef Smith är profet, och jag vet att genom Jesus Kristus kan vi övervinna synden, och jag är mycket tacksam för det. Jag är tacksam för Jesu Kristi evangelium, och min familj, och ett profet. Och, jag vet att Gud är vår himmelske fader, och vi är hans barn. Jag är mycket tacksam för det. Och i Jesu Kristi namn. Amen.
That is incredible. And no MTC yet. That is, of course, you are brilliant. That helps. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. We could feel the spirit of that, even though we could not understand.
I could understand it.
There are lots of words.
Yeah.
All of it.
Every word.
Every word. Oh,
beautiful
thank
testimony.
you. That is beautiful. You are beautiful. And we are so grateful to have you for our granddaughter, and so amazed at your life and how you are a true disciple of Christ, and to be able to, like you said, dedicate this next year and a half to the Lord full time on the front lines is just an incredible gift. And thank you for doing that for him, and for all those who were looking forward to hearing your letters, and all those that you will teach, and all the experiences that you'll have. It's just amazing. It's wonderful.
And just like you said, it's so much about people. And to think that Brooklyn is bearing her witness in Peru, who you had never met before, and her spirit touched you so deeply through the Spirit that helped you make a decision. And then she comes home and meets your brother and marries your brother. That doesn't seem by chance to me. All those pieces are just put in place in such a miracle way that it makes this call, and every call, I'm sure, a true miracle. And you are a miracle. And thanks so much, Marissa, for being with us today.
Thank you, guys. You guys are the best.
You're the best. Thanks again. We love you. And everyone watching, please share this and have a wonderful, wonderful day or evening wherever you're from. And know that the gospel is true, and missionaries all over the world are sharing its message. And we're so grateful for them. And we're so grateful for our Marissa.
Do you know how to say Merry Christmas in Swedish?
God jul.
Oh, good.
Yay!
God jul.
Merry Christmas, everyone.